I have an animosity towards that film that most people can't understand.
The Dark Knight or The Dark Knight Rises?
The Dark Knight.
What's your problem with it, Shaney?
I think it's stupid, to be honest. I think what I mean by stupid is Joker gets away with shit he would never be able to get away with. The only way he gets away with it is because they wrote Batman stupid. If Batman, a lot of the shit, like I'll give you example after example. That scene where Joker and Batman are lined up, and Batman's about to run him down, and Joker stands his ground. Batman, instead of doing any fucking other thing, he falls on the floor on the bat cycle, and I'm like, dude, Batman may not. And the whole purpose with that scene was so that he could say that Batman is not willing to take a life, and Joker is, and it was a game of chicken, and Batman lost. And I think even that is stupid because Batman may not have played. Batman
may not have what?
Played chicken. He would have just bataranged his freaking ankle and then dragged him down the street to prison. He wouldn't even like what kind of nonsense is that? That just makes Batman the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So many of those sequences that I've watched.
Now that you mentioned that, that's a silly. It is a silly scene because he's just like raw, and they just.
Well, that scene was accepted by the fans because the rest of the movie kicked ass. So it's like, wow.
No, I can go on and on about this. I can go on and on. That's not the only scene. That was just one that came to mind. There's another. Joker gets beaten the living shit out of. Batman beats him to a pulp in the prison. The guy has no bones left. There's no way he's getting out of that prison. Not just because he's got this plan with the he doesn't get up because he can't move. He'd be sleeping for 3 days with a beating like that.
In the interrogation room, right?
Interrogation
room. That badly. He wasn't.
Dude, he beat him he threw him against the wall, slammed him. That guy's bones are mush at the end of that. There's no way he's doing any of that. And all I said was the point that he was. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
No. The point that Nolan is trying to make is that Machiavellian point. You have to become the darkness to beat the darkness. And me, I've never been one for Machiavellianism. I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that. 2, I also don't think that even the whole ending where everyone says, "I got to become, I have to be the hero that you're the hero that Gotham needs, and I'm the hero that Gotham wants." And that is stupid because Two-Face, who was the lawyer, Two-Face is now an evil. He is evil. He is now considered evil, and he's bad, regardless of what people think. He is bad. So you're leaving Gotham in the hands of a bad guy because you think his reputation should be preserved. What is this? What kind of backwards nonsense is this?
It is kind of silly. It is kind of silly when you really think about it. It is pretty damn silly.
I mean, the only reason they keep his reputation is because or else all his convictions would be overturned, and not bad people be like, "Oh, that's why they did that."
But still, Batman in a city like Gotham, where Batman is a crowning jewel of hope, the one and only real crowning jewel of hope. Whereas Two-Face was a fraud. He was a fraud.
No, they didn't know that. They didn't know that. Harvey Knight was the White Knight.
Sure, but Harvey Knight no longer exists. If Harvey Knight existed, I would be fine with that. But Harvey Knight is now gone, so so Batman is now leaving Gotham and not getting anybody in the future because of some shit that happened in the past. And to me, Batman wouldn't do that. Batman would he would find another way. It's like the point that they tried to make was just pigeonholed or the opening sequence to me was brilliant. I love that opening sequence.
Yeah, it was fun as hell. Well, they use the same. They use the same masks in that classic. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a classic heist movie. They use the same masks, right? No. The masks that all the Joker's gang used. Those masks are those exact masks are used in a classic movie, a heist movie, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was like made in I want to say the 60s or 50s. Anyway,
we could debate forever.
Damn you, Shaney. I still want to like the movie 100%. Damn you, Shaney.
I know.
I love it.
It's a great film. I mean,
My whole life has been a lie now, Shaney.
Listen, I'm not saying anybody can't like the film. You're entitled to like what you like, but me, for my thing, I thought, and I didn't hate the film, but I didn't hate Man of Steel. Like I said, I just didn't adore it the way everybody else adored it because I like it.
Way better than Man of Steel. So much better than Man of Steel.
Yeah, it's better. It's by far a better movie than Man of Steel. Yeah, definitely. I wholeheartedly.
Fucking amazing in it, dude. So is Heath Ledger. It's such great performances.
I mean, there's some great one-liners. Like, what does he say? He's like, what does he say? If I remain the villain, remain the hero long enough to become the villain, right? And all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff. So anyway,
but those are cliche statements that have come from other things. It's not something that's unique to that movie.
Shaney, if Goldmember was here, we say, nothing pleases you then.
Oh, dude, I didn't even know we've been live for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Ben, that was a surprise too. I didn't know. I looked up. I we're live.
I knew he caught me on that one because he wanted to out me he wanted to out me.
No, I
would be disagreeing with you so hard if we were if I knew we were on.
Shaney Unchained.
That's fine. I don't mind the debate because I've debated this for a lot. Like most people don't agree with me, and I'm like one of the few people that feel this way about that particular movie. Like, how would you have done it? The first one.
I love the too. I love the third one, man.
Okay, so part of me thinks that they probably, and I don't, I think we should do some research on this. Like, I wonder if part of me thinks that they had to change some of the story because of the fact that Heath Ledger died, because he died I think he died right at the very end of production, but I don't know. I do know that Nolan had specific plans to have the Joker and Harley Quinn. Like, he was going to have all these characters in the The Dark Knight Rises. He was going to have these characters in there. So anyway, I don't know. We don't know. Anyway, let's we're gonna definitely. What were you saying, Bird? I'm sorry. You're saying something.
I'm getting a beer.
Okay. That's a good argument. That's a good argument.
That's a good point. I'm turned around on this whole subject. No, I liked Batman Begins. I actually really liked Batman Begins. It was one of my favorite Batman. I did not like Dark Knight as much as everyone else. I thought it was. I actually liked it less than Dark Knight Rises. So actually, to be perfectly honest,
you might be the first person I met that says that.
That said Dark Knight Rises was better.
Yeah, that's everybody. Everybody hates Dark Knight Rises, but loves the Dark Knight. So,
dude, I like them all, but Dark Knight is my favorite, and then Batman Begins, and then Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like. I don't like what they did to the hero. I just thought Batman was so stupid in that movie, and I just kept smashing my head against the wall, going, just Batman wouldn't do that. Batman wouldn't do that. Batman wouldn't do that. The only way Joker gets away with half the shit he gets away with is because Batman drank turpentine and for that whole film and just was stupid and moronic and just what the hell is happening here? How did Batman become so dumb? Watch it again. You'll realize everything Batman, the sequence of Batman having to choose all that stuff. Where's he planting these bombs? He's the most wanted criminal, and he walks around with makeup, and he walks into he was like Bin Laden at that time, and he walks into a he has time to set up bombs in a hospital. What is this? That's cartoonish. And everyone said, how realistic is it? No, it's a cartoon. Nobody dresses in a gown with makeup on his face and is like the number one villain and gets to have the run of the town the way he could set up bombs everywhere. How is he doing this? This is insane.
I mean, it's always understood that he probably has some people that he pays to do that. I don't know. That's what I always.
Bruce Wayne is a billionaire, has way more resources, and should be able to thwart any of that shit. Sorry guys, don't get me into that.
Okay.
If Bruce Wayne would have donated the $3 billion it took to fight crime just to the homeless in Gotham,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Like save all the problems, or like save all the crime problems. Like no one would commit crime anymore because no one would be homeless, and there'd be no poor people.
Fuck socialism.
Why is so serious?
I mean, all we need is a real Batman. I mean, come on, what's going on here? It's just hail. Okay, so
Tommy.
hail to I'm Not Creative 22. Good to see you. Smash that. Have a one night stand with the like button. Hail Apollo Patriot. Hail Tommy. We're gonna watch the Tenet trailer and see how it goes. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
All right.
Smash that like button with your peen.
Yes, Lord Bane. Yes, Lord Bane. Is that supposed to be Bane, or is that Sean Connery?
Sean Connery.
Okay.
What if Sean Connery was Bane? Smash that like button. Do it now.
With your peen.
Everything is with your peen.
Does this sound like Tron music? Can you guys hear the audio?
And if you don't have a peen, smash it with your cunt.
I love you, BBS, so much. Dude, I got to say though, Ben, I don't get the fascination with this film. It looks not that entertaining to me.
It looks like a
Christopher Nolan film. Like you're gonna sniff your own farts, and we're gonna be super intellectual, and you might miss me with it. I don't know.
I agree, but see you. I mean, Dan, you and I we agree on that.
This to 100%. Me is watching the Matrix on backwards, reverse, playing the Matrix in reverse.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, it's very much Inception. He's going, he's doing his thing.
I want to see a film where Christopher Nolan sniffs his own parts.
Dude, I don't have access to acid to watch this film.
But then Yoda might, or no, I mean, your penis might turn into E.T. when you have to go pee.
My penis to Yoda?
Yeah. What? I
said, did you just compare my penis to Yoda?
No, I meant
short, powerful, or because he's strong with the force.
Green and wrinkly. Which one is it? Green and wrinkly it is.
Yeah, he dies pretty quickly.
Live for your pleasure, I am.
I just realized I had my mic muted for pretty much the whole stream so far.
We're ignoring you the whole time. Why are you paying attention to me?
I've been sitting here talking away, and one that yeah.
That was probably I'm joking. It was good. That was good content by you.
Well, the only way that we're gonna make any money is if we make Yoda dildos. Now we realize that's the point. We got to make Yoda dildos.
Great.
Yoda dildos is a bit borderline, though.
I gotta say, he like that sort of shape of his face and the head. He's got the rib going, so
yeah.
It lends itself.
He's got big old. He got two big old ears that go, can like move on the sides and do all kinds of other weird shit on the side.
Right. What?
Like when I drop my load, I don't want to. I want to catch it.
That does not sound comfortable. Have you ever had a catheter inserted?
No. I have a. Well, after this is done, I have a story. I have a catheter story for you. After this is done,
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Only I believe it in the Matrix because it's the Matrix.
Well,
That's pretty. It's like putting the cheat code in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
That's the only way I play.
Hasn't happened yet. These are glory holes.
Denzel?
Yeah, no, you're not Will. You ain't no Will Smith.
Right? Exactly.
Well, apparently, according to Nolan, he's doing all of his own stunts. He's a badass athlete, man.
Is that Robert Pattinson?
That is Robert Pattinson.
That's before his heavyweight program.
What a fig!
That's his big head. His head is V-shaped.
Look at his hands. His hands are horrible.
Small chin, big head, like a V.
He's thin. He's a skinny guy.
If Christian Bale and him were cellmates, you know who'd be taking it.
He looked like he'd be enjoying it.
If he
Robert
Bale was on it,
Pattinson.
you know who would be just
In that relationship, it's not gay if you're Christian Bale.
Robert Pattinson. Whose cock did he suck to get this role?
Everybody's doing.
Oh my gosh.
Robert Pattinson sucks.
Yeah.
There's
So
an
He's
aspect
almost
of this.
gayer than the guy who plays Flash. You know, I actually like the guy who plays Flash after he DDT'd that woman, who might have been retarded. I don't know.
he is, that poor girl. Like that was the most
He
ridiculous.
it was like James Browner, not who's Superfly or Super. What's the Chappelle Show? Rick James. He hella Rick James.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I thought for sure it was fake, but it was real. That's and something tipped my tongue, but it's a guy who was Flash. It's that's that whole thing is a whole weird debacle. It makes you wonder if he's actually going to work at all. I mean, there seems to be a lot of it's following a lot of the same ideas as Memento, and so I don't know. There's some cool stuff here. I mean, apparently, he can communicate with the future in certain ways. So that's what with the catching the bullet it has to do with, and all these things. Let's see, slowing or stopping and flow of time change in the future. And it's pretty. I'm pretty sure that only Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland understand what that means. So I'm not even gonna try to venture, I guess. Anyway, yeah.
Hey, you remember the TV series Fringe?
Yeah. I didn't. I only watched.
It kind of reminds me of some of that.
Okay.
But then, Fringe some of it was great and had this, you had to be on acid to enjoy it, but it was great. And then some of it was just that's just stupid. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And they did have the huge gaffe of having a character that died 4 episodes ago come back to life for no apparent reason and then disappear again.
Yeah, I mean, apparently they're stopping World War III, and John David Washington is the main protagonist. But apparently he's done all of his own stunts, and he's a really badass athlete. As evidenced,
but this isn't a sport. This is acting, and the problem is his stunts alone, which doesn't really matter who does the stunts because you're not gonna notice, and. He just seems dry to me. He has
really?
No personality.
Okay.
He's dry. They're all dry. The whole cast.
You saying the brother's dry?
Very dry.
The most entertaining part of this trailer was the music, I have to say.
Yeah, I was about to say that too, Ben. I was about to say you took the music out of it. This trailer is garbage compared to
Yeah, it's without that music, it's really.
Janie has spoken.
Janie had.
How about
anti-Norman now?
How about you, Bert? What do you think?
I'll wait till this comes out on Netflix, and then I'll watch it after I've watched everything else I want to watch, and this will be my last choice. After I've watched everything else. After I watch Tiger King for the 3rd time, I'll watch this.
I love Tiger King.
See, this movie could have used more tigers. If they had some tigers.
Robert Pattinson's a cunt.
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
If Robert Pattinson was working for another 3 months, he'd probably get fucked in the ass.
Colin Nolan.
I mean, it's. So, do you think it's going to save the theater industry? You guys think this is not going to save?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to save the theater.
No, you don't think so?
Yeah, no.
This is going to put the bag on the theater industry and suffocate it to death. That's what this is going to do.
This will save the pirating. This will save the pirating movies industry, where they pirated movies.
Yeah.
Russian bots are going to love it.
I get discounts and stuff in the email occasionally from my local cinema, and if I got something buy one ticket to something else and you get a ticket to this free, then I'd probably go and see it.
This will be a hit in Brazil and
I'm-
Argentina.
If somebody I don't like on Twitter or YouTube emailed me a free copy of this, I probably wouldn't click on it.
I don't even get the freaking title, Tenet. Like out of all the titles,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's just being. I mean,
Tenet is too close to Tenant, and that's problematic.
yeah,
Because
I
we
thought
should
it was at first too.
always friends.
I don't know, maybe we can do like a parody version of this,
Well, this
film
is-
where a
it
guy's
just-
walking around with an erection and it's called Tent.
there you
You
go.
had me intent. You had me intent.
With with lots of really interesting music.
Yeah.
With lots of music
Actually,
like.
yeah, you had me at a direction.
But well, I mean, apparently, Tenet means a principle or belief, so that's what they're going after. But yeah, it's kind of a funny thing. I mean, I think it'll be better than. I mean, I'm slightly optimistic, but okay. Well, I guess we'll find out. I guess did anybody?
I love movie titles that I have to look up to understand. Like that, nothing gets me to theater faster than a movie that I have to look up
Yeah.
on Wikipedia to get
Yeah.
what the fuck it is. What is this? What is this movie? It's called Tenet. Look it up for me on Google. That's yeah.
There's already a porn version. Like, check it out already.
I just want to see Michael Caine's part in this. Like, I'll fast forward everything else. The Michael Caine part.
Didn't you say that you had like a story you wanted to tell us, DBS?
Catheter story. Yes.
Speaking of Tenet, yes, give us the catheter story.
The catheter story. Well, okay. So my brother-in-law had to have his gallbladder removed, and he was he had surgery, and in the room, the nurse came, and he's like, "We need to put a catheter." Right. So the whole family is there. The mom and dad, my wife, me, we're there, and the nurse, she said, we had to use a boy's catheter because the man catheter wouldn't fit. It was too big for him. They had to reduce it to a boy catheter for him. And I laughed hard.
You've got a narrow your
So yeah, my wife, she don't like that. I remind her every time when I hear the word catheter, like I use my elbow, I poke at her and I say, "Ha ha, boy catheter for your brother."
What's his name? What's his first
I
name?
always wanted to have a metal band called Catheter Crusaders.
Damn, I don't know his. Oh, you know what? I'll say his name because my side doesn't watch Fanatics of
Just
Film.
what's his first name so we can give him a nickname?
Well, I call him Uncle Jimmy. My kids love him. But yeah, it's kind of messed up. I like him too. He served. He went to Iraq. He did 3 tours. He was in the Marines and
There
all
you
that.
go. Slim
But
Jim.
He's got a small dick, but
every
big
time
balls, that's big.
when I
Slim
see
Jim.
him, I think in the back of my mind, "Ha boy catheter."
Can you do me a favor and just call him Slim Jim from now on?
I'll call him Pequeño catheter. Muy chiquito catheter for you.
Oh my gosh, Tommy says I have very little optimism left, and that's what you said just a minute ago. TWTG, right? You have very little optimism left, dude. This.
Oh yeah, when it comes to most of the movies, I don't really like.
Well,
9 times out of 10, they're woke or they've put more info into graphics than they've put into story, or they just don't make any sense because the writers just haven't got the training.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be a lot of dialing back on that. There's going to be a lot of that because they're going to have to start making money out of movies with spending less, and that they're going to have to realize that they're going to have to come up with a really awesome script first. And I think that we
just send it straight to video, straight to streaming. I mean, they're making money doing that. So
why not?
They could be killing their own industry, at least the theater industry anyway.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see what the hell happens with this movie. If it does save, I mean, I've been calling this forever. If this doesn't save the movie theater industry, then we're fucked. But well, we'll just do it with one week with the way I have. Okay, thanks everybody for joining us. We're gonna get out of here. My name is Ben, and everybody, if you feel like plugging, go for it. Or we're just gonna get out of here. All right. Thanks everybody. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.